Alright, folks, I think we are finally about ready to start making some steel the proper way. So I've got the copper running out and back over to the other copper, but that's going to take forever. I've also cleaned up my inventory, sorted it out pretty decently. Well, decently for me. For anybody else, well, this is a mess. But I got the things down here that I need to get rid of. I've actually got a chest, which I know people are going to laugh their ass off about it. I have a chest for my blueprints that I don't need. Yes, I know there's a blueprint book, but I just wanted to get the damn things out of my inventory, and most of these I'm never going to need again, so there's no reason to put them in a book. So I just threw them in the damn chest. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move this tin right down here, and we've got plenty of room to do so right here. This is the blueprint of what we're going to be doing, and we're basically going to throw that right in there. We do have the issue of the sulfur dioxide right there. We may have to move that just a bit, but it looks like that's the only thing that's going to be getting in the way, other than we got to move this copper and lead line, but that's not a major issue. We're basically just going to run this across like that, and then we're going to bring this around like that, and we should be able to bring this right down along here. And then bring it right back into there. Not make a horrible mess of it. And we can take out all of these. Which is going to fill up my inventory with more crap. Alright, so sulfur dioxide, luckily it's nice and empty. So we're going to pop that out of there. I want to pop that out of there. And let's see. It runs over and in right there. So I should be able to, let's see. If I take that out there, change it over there, then I can run this over and come up. Actually no, we're just gonna continue right across here. Like that. That should work perfectly. And I just got the last prerequisite done, so we can now get our blue science at least researched. Alright, so we got this cleaned out. So now we can grab this. I'd like to keep it somewhat straight with these, which would mean I need to put it right there. And that just means that we need to do a underground here. And that'll bring it there. And then we can just run this right up here. And I just realized that is gray belts. I need to go drop off all of my gray belts. And why in the hell do you have... How in the... Oh, you... dirty rascal, you. Oops. Alright, there. That's better. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this all tore out of here and put back in down there. One thing I am going to do a little bit different though. No, actually I'm not. I was going to say I'm going to change it over to number 2s for these, but we don't really use enough tin to need that. So I'm not going to do the tin that way. But we'll get to that when we get to the iron and the steel. So be right back. Alright, so I've got it all put in here. Should all be good to go now. I did change it over to electric instead of steam like we had before. But I did that because, well, dealing with all that steam is not really needed, especially for something that's going to run as slow as this. But we have something new. And I do believe, yep, right there. So we're going to make a couple of these ore processor ones. And we're going to put these in right here. We're probably just going to need one for this setup. There it is. So we're going to put this in here. And we're going to tell it we want to do tin. And then we're going to put that there and that there. And now this is going to process our tin before it goes in the blast furnace. So all of this tin ore is going to come out of here. We'll put it in there. And then we're going to send this right on up there like that. And by the way, we have these long arming just because I put it over one block further than probably what I should have. But we need to change this recipe to now do tin from processed tin. It is going to need coke to do so. And we're going to change this one over as well. And it's going to be that one. So now we're going to have to get coke onto this line, which we don't actually have coke going anywhere except for up here to become carbon. I do believe that means we're probably going to be running these on coke instead of carbon. There's not really a reason to run coke and carbon to them, which means that all of these are going to be changed over to this. So they're all probably going to be running on coke instead of carbon for the fuel. But as you may know from all the processing we've done, they don't really use a whole lot of the carbon for the fuel source anyways. So what we're going to do, we're going to run this line out of the top here. I'm going to try to very carefully snake around here. Now, this one here is, why is there a gap right there? Why are you guys not running? Oh, because you don't have any steam. And I guess you don't have any steam because I messed up that right there. Well, it's a good thing I caught that. Because I don't think we have any power right now. Yeah, we're out of power. Great. So that was a minor screw up that cost us majorly. Let's just throw a bit of this in here. And we'll put this one in there. That'll get us a little bit of power. And it'll give us the steam to get that moving. As I said, a little bit of power. It is not running much, but it will do the trick for the moment. Let's go ahead and grab a bunch of this. And we'll go throw it in as well. One pipe can cause huge amount of problems. We'll just throw all that in there. How much you got left? Oh, you're sucking it down. Alright, so let's see here. Oh, my carbon's starting to come back out now, so that's good. So now we got to deal with this here is going up and coming over here, down here. That's going for these. So is there a... There's got to be a carbon line closer that we could run over there. Like, we've got these here. Oh, and I also picked up one of these. Put it back down. Alright, so how's our carbon doing now? Well, it looks like it's getting over there halfway decent. We got 4 of them running now. We got a lot more to get running, but it's working. We're about half satisfaction at the moment. Honestly, it'd be better if I upgraded that line. I have no idea why this line is still the gray stuff. Fix that. That'll get us moving even quicker. There we go. Now we got a pretty nice run coming down there. And this is our main line here. Just making sure that's all upgraded to the yellow instead of gray. Alright, so we're doing good. Power's back online. By the way, I've just been running through some of these top science things up here. I don't know that I'm ever going to make a radar 2, but we're going to go ahead and do it. I just did paper a minute ago. Just going to start knocking out some of these up here, like mining drill research. That'll get us the mining drills going faster. We can do actually 2 of them. Like I said, I'm probably never going to do this one. It is the last one on the list, so I could do it just to get it out of here, but near inserters just annoy me. Alright, anyways, back to what we were doing. So, we have these two here that go together here and then split off into that. So, why don't I just take this one and send it over there instead of having this? That would save a whole lot of congestion. So we can just do this, jump this over like that, and then we can go up like that. And I guess we should put this back in there. Now that'll save a bit of congestion there, since we're now going to be adding this in here, and this one's not going to be needed because this is the one that's feeding everything with carbon. So we can take this out of here, since we're going to be changing these all over to the process stuff. Go ahead and just run this right on out of here. And I do believe this, yeah, this is just going up to feed that. So this can still run on carbon. Get that out of there. Except we're going to put that in there. And then that can go over top of it. Alright, so let's go ahead and just get that crap done and out of the way. I think we're going to do something about this mess a little bit later as well. How are we doing on our copper? I've got a lot of tin in here. Go ahead and take that tin and throw it in there. And we've got tin ore. We can throw in there. Alright, so now that we got that mess dealt with, what is this one? Okay, that's the tin coming up. What is... oh, that's the carbon coming down to this area. Which is not going to be needed because it's going to get changed over. Oh, wait a minute. That's what's feeding the boilers. Shit. Okay. We definitely need that. But I think I'm going to move it. Where do I want to do this? Yeah, I could easily run it right through here. I have to deal with that. Ah, screw it. We're going to end up with a problem if I don't get this done. Let's run it, check, right through here for the moment. Oh, that was a nice little screw up there. Which way? There. Like that. Now we can do that. Over to there. And bring that down like that. And we can get rid of this line right now. Because that's going to change into where our Coke is going to go. And yay, we're out of power again. Luckily, it's on its way. That won't be a problem. Alright, let's get this done. Alright, so now we need to get Coke down here. And honestly, I think what I'm going to do is run the Coke right here. Because I should be able to do one of these, drops off there, and then one of these that'll drop off right there. And then we can get rid of this line here. Now we need to get this onto this line right there, so we should be able to run this down, jump it there. Yeah, that'll work. Except for some reason there's copper on that line. What the hell did I do? So that's supposed to be like that. That's supposed to be like that. Get all that off of there. Alright, so now that'll bring our Coke down. Yeah, there we go. And that'll work for the fuel, and it'll work for there. And as you see, the fuel doesn't really get burned up that quick, so it's not too bad. This one's still got carbon in there, and it's not going to get coal until we actually need more tin, and we're not going to need any tin in there for quite a while because that's just the solder, and we don't need that at the moment. Alright, so that took care of that issue. We're going to do the same for all the rest of these. So I should be able to do one right here for the lead, which I'll do it right there. And that'll do our lead. Now we need to check and make sure. Take that out of there. And we have lead oxide. We have that one, and then we have this one, which is going to take the lead oxide. So we need to turn processed lead and oxygen into lead oxide and sulfur dioxide. And then we'll be putting the lead oxide and the carbon into this one. Okay. So that means what I have going here is not right. So it's going to be like that. So the lead oxide is going to be made. What the hell is it? Lead oxide is going to be made in a blast furnace. So we're going to need 2 blast furnaces. So let's get a second blast furnace made. And we do have a blast furnace number 2 that we can make, but right now we currently don't need it. So I'm not going to bother with the extra stuff to do it. Get all of this ripped out of here, because that's all going to get changed over. So then we'll just put our, this is going to come out as well, because we're not going to get our sulfur dioxide out of here anymore. So we can put the blast furnace like here, make our lead oxide. We just need to send the processed and oxygen in there with some fuel. Alright, so if that's the case, excuse me, sorry about that. My mute button for some reason is not working. Alright, we need to see if we have enough to get this working, or if this is going to be enough to make this run, is what I meant. Let's just hook that up over there. And that's going to be the lead oxide. Our oxygen is coming in right here, which was going into this one, which is not needed anymore. So we can take that out of there. And we can take this out of here. Now, do we want to run? Yeah, that'll be fine. We're also not going to need that anymore. Actually, why don't we do that? Let's take this out of here. I don't need any of that. And we can do that up to there. And we can run that right on over there. In there like that. And if I actually put that in the right place, that would work. There we go. Now the only thing we need is some fuel. I'm also going to give it, or I'm going to give this one all that lead ore I just picked up. And we now honestly want carbon down here for all of these, because this needs carbon and this needs fuel. So let's run this over like that. And there we go. Now that will make us lead oxide and our sulfur dioxide. which we can now run this down like that. There we go. That'll take care of the sulfur dioxide. Now we just need to get this on here, and we can run it up, run it right there, and just run it right across there. And let's see just how many of these we need to run this. 8, 12, 16, 20, 22. Not quite enough. Probably going to need all 3. But there we go. That'll get our lead back going. Now the only thing is we actually need the carbon down here for this one, which isn't a major issue because we can just throw this in right there. We can have this jump over to there. And there we go. Now we got the carbon back down here. And we need to make sure that this prioritizes output to the left, because that is our power. Alright, so we're doing good with that. Oh, and now we don't have enough ore. Gotcha. Alright, we want to do the same with the copper. That mining drill thing's done. Fuel burning generator is just going to unlock more of the same, so I don't care. Let's just go ahead and get this basic mining speed done. There's 2 more of them. We might as well get them knocked out and done while we're working on all of this. Now, this one has tin and copper that is coming way the down here, and that is for our bronze, which we're not currently running at the moment, so not too awful worried about it. We want to get the copper done, and I'm sure the copper is going to be the exact same thing. Get a few more of these made. And our copper ore is coming down from here, which actually I'm going to wait on the copper just because I'm still trying to get this stupid thing empty. Let's go ahead and work on the iron for now. We need to get the iron ran over here. So let's go ahead and get this part out of here for right now. The iron's going to run along that line. Now, where do I want to put in the iron processing? I could probably put it right there, to be honest. Just need to know if that's going to be fast enough to run. Run this right on over here. Hey, there's a thing in the way. And now we can have the iron come right up out of there and like that. We don't have an ass ton of iron, but we got a decent amount there. We probably should go to these pretty soon. That puts out a pretty decent line, but I think that other one would go a lot better. Let's go ahead and get a medium-sized. Oh, medium's not actually. Well, it will if I put it there. Let's do that. And actually, we want to get that out of there. Because we want that to be powered off of our main line there. Which, yeah, I think I'm going to change it to there. And then we can just do a medium over there, and that'll take our main in from there, our main from there. That looks pretty good. Alright, so that's processing, sending out the iron, but man, is that slow. Don't know how much we're going to need. Let's see, iron to that one. And we need this one the same, which is that one. We need to get the coke up here. And our coke is right here. Bring this over, and I think we're going to just take that out of there. Something is wrong with this line. There we go. That fixes it. Alright, then we can run this up along here. And I think I'm actually going to run this underneath. And then instead of using that to input, these don't have the, oh, they do. Alright, so we can do that, and then it'll pick up from there and feed our coke in. And it feeds everything in plenty fast. Alright, so now we can do the same thing here. Except we're going to have to put that in there. And we need to get that in there. And then we can just switch that one over to there. And that'll feed that one. Now, problem is, we're not getting the iron in fast enough to run both of them. So we're definitely going to have to put in a second one of these because it's just not quick enough. Now, we're going to be getting rid of that copper in a minute, so we could run another one down there. But what I'm thinking is it might honestly be better. how fast is that putting out? 2 at a time. And this uses 8. So I need, well, let's honestly just look here. If I take two of these, that coke line's going to be in the way, damn it. I was going to say put 2 of these in right here, side by side. Let me think about this for a minute, how I want to do this. Alright, I think I got this figured out now on a decent way of doing it. Let's do that. Alright, so basically I moved the silo out, just put a steel chest over here to let that finish the copper that was running down through here. I just let it run out, because honestly all that is doing right now is just filling up this warehouse. So we really don't need it running. So now I should be able to put 2 of these in here. Yeah, that's gonna kind of be in the way. Move this over just a bit. And then we can have the outputs like that. And we got to deal with the input. This is just a test at the moment, so it's not a big deal. Get this ripped out of here. And get that out of there for the moment. Alright, we're going to put a splitter there, not 2 of them. What the hell are you doing? Alright, we're going to put a splitter there, which will feed that one. And then we'll have this one run around this side and into there. And then we need a power pole there, there, and there. And we can do another one right there. And we're going to set this for iron, and that one for iron. Now, can this keep up? 5. Yeah. I think it blinks off for maybe just a second, but if so, I really can't tell. Now, the only problem is we're going to be going to blast furnace 2s on this somewhat soon, which means it's going to run faster than what it is currently. Which means when we do that, we're probably going to need either number twos of these, which we currently do not have. We only have Mark 1s of these, where we have blast furnace 2, and over on this side we've got induction furnace and casting machine 2. So we're going to be changing those over. So we got to wait until we get those, and I don't even see them on the list, so I'm guessing, let's see. That's ore processing 3, which gives us ore processor 2s. And pellet press 1. And that's in the blue set, so it'll be a little while before we get to that. Honestly, I don't think we need it for the iron right now to upgrade it. We're staying pretty steady on that one, on the amount in it. And this one here, as far as I know, is not even really getting used much. So if we can figure out a way to do this, and I think honestly the way to do it is going to be to put these separate, like not here, as in not even close to here, like throw them over here somewhere out of the way. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to be moving these anyways, I do believe. And we've got this room right here. So let me go ahead and see if I can work this out a little bit. We're going to need at least 2, 4, probably 8 of them. So let me get those made. That should be enough. And I'm going to go ahead and make the blast furnace 2 that we need for the steel. And then we also need, actually we need 2 of the blast furnace 2s. By the way, I cut off all the steel, so it couldn't go anywhere but right here. That way I had it when I needed it. Alright, so let me get this worked out. I'll be right back with you in a minute. Alright, so I got it all set up over there. And should be running down here in just a second. I'll take you back there to show you what I did. Oh, it's not going to run if I don't give it power, huh? Alright, so there we go. I got 8 of them set up here, feeding into either side of the belt. Did it a little fancier than I probably needed to, but it looks like it's keeping up well with the output of the silo there. No, it's not. Alright, so we're definitely going to need at least 2 outputs here. So 3, 4, And we'll put this one in on that one. And we'll have that feed the other side. And that should definitely keep up with it. We're only setting it up this robust just for when we finally do need it. It does look like the last ones may not get fed, but that should be plenty. We honestly don't want to go through too much of this iron at one time. And it definitely looks like it's keeping up here. So that's good. Now we need to get the blast furnace stuff set up for the steel. So we need to make steel, which needs molten steel. Molten steel needs steel ingots. Steel ingots comes from over here. That's silicon, not steel. Where the hell is steel? There's the steel ingots, which is iron ingots and oxygen. And we already know that our iron ingots are going to be coming through from processed and that. So we need 2 blast furnaces. So let's get a second one made here. And we're going to be setting this up right down here. So this is going to be the first one that is going to make our iron ingots from the process stuff. We're going to run that right on over like that. And we're going to go ahead and continue with our steam power here. And then we're going to need this one, which is going to be a long handled. And that is going to come from the coke, which honestly I think I might just do one of these here, and then we can run this right across like that. And daggone it, I keep overstretching there. There. And then that'll clean that up a little bit more. We won't need that coming up through there. So that is our processed iron and our coke. And then we need that fed into this here, which we can pull off right here. And now this is going to be our steel. So we're going to need oxygen coming in for this, which we already have oxygen down here. So we just need to, let's put this here, bring it over there, and let's get it over to there, pop them out of the way, because honestly I really don't care much about these. They're not making a whole lot of power. If it wasn't for the fact that they took iron, I might make more of them. But they take iron, so no, they can kiss my ass. Alright, let's go ahead and put that in there. And we can hook that up there. Now we have our oxygen. So all we need now is our fuel. And we might as well use coke. It's close. And unfortunately, we're going to have to do it over here. And we can bring that up there. Get my fat butt out of the way. And there we go. Now we have our iron, our oxygen, which is making our steel ingots. So now we need to get the induction smelter, which needs more steel. And this one needs a bunch of steel, I do believe. Alright, so that's our induction furnace too. And then we're going to need the casting twos as well. We need 36 steel for each one of them. Let's go ahead and get the induction in here as soon as it gets done. There we go. So we can throw that in right there. That's going to be set to molten copper, iron, lead, nickel, silicon, silver, tin, zinc, steel. There it is. I knew it was there somewhere. Alright, so we're just going to use steam up this side. We're definitely going to need more than one of them. So let me go ahead and make about 3 more of them. I don't know if I need quite that many. We might as well redirect this while we're at it. What is... that's going nowhere. Alright, so we can get rid of that. So the steam's going to go around there. And then that way, that'll clean that up just a bit. Alright, so we need to get some power over here. Go ahead and throw one of these in. It'll make it a little bit cleaner. I think we can just do it like that, and that'll power it all the way over there. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 6 is about right. Now we need our casting machine 2. And now that is going to make steel plates. We're going to put one of these right here for the output. And we'll put that there for the power. And then we can run that up, and eventually it'll connect over here where these are. Which, let's go ahead and get rid of this. Let that run the rest of what it has. And that has no fuel. So we'll give it a bit. Actually, I don't know why I should have just pulled the iron out of it. That one's done, and that one, just give me the iron out of it. I'll give you just a little bit of fuel. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and connect this back up. That way all of that heated iron can get done. I'm going to go ahead and make the other two casting machines we need. And we can get these put in here. As we should be able to run 2 of these off of 1 induction furnace. Now we probably need to do similar to this at some point and split it up. But for right now, this will give us a decent amount of steel. We can set all of these to be the same. Outputs on there. And give them power. And then we can just run this up, and it's going to come in from right here. And I think I can do this. Really? Everywhere else it would be feeding into the side of that damn thing. But I guess since that's the output, it won't let it. But we can always just do this. And there we go. We have steel set up. Let's see how the processed iron's doing. Actually, looks like it's coming in way quicker than what it needs to. So that's awesome. We now have both our iron lines running, and we have a steel iron line running now. It's not putting out quite as fast as what I would hope, but we can always tweak that a bit. As you can see, this is not getting enough because the blast furnace is not enough to handle it. We could, like I said, put in 2 blast furnaces down here that'll feed that 1 blast furnace. Well, actually, no, this blast furnace might actually be running fast enough. Well, no, actually, I think we need to put in 2 more blast furnaces on both sides, which means we need to move all of this over just a bit. But that's way more steel than what we were having, so I'm good with it for the moment. We'll deal with that at a later point. So we now have steel processing done way better, should save us on iron. By the way, I didn't say this earlier, so I want to show you guys the iron going into processed iron is 4 ore to 2 processed, which needs 8 to make 24. So for the 4 that goes in, that would be 16 iron ore to make the 8 that goes out, where if we do it this way, it's 24 to 24. So it's actually saving us 8 iron ore by processing it down, because it's still making 24 on this side. So 16 versus 24 on the input. So for all of our ores, it's probably going to be about that same ratio. So we want to get the processing set up for each one of them as soon as possible. So I'm going to need to do the copper and tin coming down here for the bronze. We're going to have to do the nickel, which is probably going to change it a bit as well. But we're going to look at those things later, because we have been here for an hour for this one. I definitely should not hear any complaints on this video about it not being long enough. So I will stop running my yapper and let you guys go. Have a good one. And let me know if you agree with Rainbow and want longer videos, because I don't have a problem making these longer ones. Just sometimes they're going to be shorter because of what I have to do. But if you enjoy these longer ones, I have no problem making them. Have a good one.